So, without revenue, culture probably doesn't matter much because you don't have a business, right? So you have to have revenue. And I love what every one of you are saying. It's really amazing, and I see a common theme here in who you are and the kind of character that you bring to the table here and the positions that you have. Has there ever been a challenge that you faced, such as having an employee that's this rock star revenue builder, okay, but they can't carry the vision? Not everybody's a vision carrier. Sometimes they'll talk, but you know the people who bleed it. And so have you ever had to have those serious conversations, the crucial conversations, or make very big decisions that you knew was going to jar your team,
Yeah, it's a real thing. So I had a term, I called them cave dwellers, which were those that were consistently against virtually everything. And maybe not aggressively, but they had that tone of they didn't have to follow the rules, for example, or whatever. So I actually kind of studied who your people were that didn't quite fit the culture, that might still be really good producers. And here's what I found, and I actually got this advice and I followed it and it worked for me. I did make some mistakes, so I can remember a couple where I kept a few folks that really did cause some underlying issues because of a fear of them being really well known in the community, or a fear that employees wouldn't understand, but they weren't supporting fully the culture. So I think we hang on to some of those people for actually three key reasons. One is we don't have a good successor that can take their place. In other words, they have the knowledge and no one else has it, so we have this fear of losing this knowledge. The second is close family, like family employees, and the third is top producers. So you all probably can imagine someone that was a top salesman somewhere that really did not fit the culture, right? But man, they're just rolling in the sales and they just have a way. So one of the best advice I got, and I lived it for the most part, I wasn't perfect at it, was you must get rid and you must find a way to put a lot of pressure on these that don't want to live the culture values, because everyone is seeing it and they're looking at you as the leader being a hypocrite in this process. So you can't stand in front of a group or hold everyone else accountable when you got the one person there that isn't doing it. And an example is we rolled out a no drama training, and we were very strict about no pairing off and no gossip, because drama kills culture faster than anything else. And we were serious about it, and we would hold people accountable to it, but there was always a few that couldn't get control of it. So it is a very real thing. I think you have to over communicate with these people and give them, and some people shined, they came through. And it was pretty cool, but it is a choice. Some people may dig their heels in and not want to, adapt to the culture.
So my feeling on that is, number one, what's your vision? What are you here for? And what I realized day one is that nobody's going to get up in the morning for return on equity or return on investment, right? Wake up in the morning with their cup of coffee and say, wow, let's go make a good ROE for the shareholders. But making a difference in their communities, in their world, they'll get up for that. I will get up for that. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I've promised to my team that is our vision, and that is the authentic vision and culture. So I have to live by it, and I do live by it. And in the interview process, we've faced this quite a bit as we're expanding into these new markets. We'll get a really top producer, but they're really rough on people. We'll pass on them right at the front. Now, we had one recently that was a great producer, and we had an all hands meeting, and he said, hey, when do I get my production bonus? And he wanted to start talking about his personal bonus on an all hands meeting. Well, that doesn't fit. That's not what drives us and our team. We're not driven like that. We're driven to take care of each other and the customer, and that's just how we're motivated. He lasted about 30 days, and we put enough pressure on him, he was out. So we act on that really quickly. and you just have to really be committed to it and not be tempted by the dollars, because in the end, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. So just bite the bullet quick. I always say kill it while it's young, and just be committed to the culture.
We talk about three types of people in our teams. There's culture keepers, and those who live in your culture every day. They keep it what it is, and they're awesome. There's culture crusaders. Those are the ones who actually show up, torches on fire, loving this place,
Yeah.
right, and really spreading our culture. And then there's culture vultures, right, and they're just like vultures. They're hanging out at the water cooler, and they're blaming, and they're negative, and they're recruiting other vultures to be in them. And so we have to. And I asked our team, be honest with yourself. Who are you right now? Because we cannot have culture vultures in this company. Now, there's situations where maybe something going on in your personal life, you can't help but be negative in the workplace. We'll understand those. Otherwise, if we have culture vultures to have no plan, and we've made tough decisions, high performing people, culture vultures, we have to get them out of here.